Hello everybody and welcome to another SC2 cast. My name is Paul, casting for you today game number 3, Grand Finals of the Dreamhack Summer 2011 tournament. We have playing today Liquid Huck playing as the Red Protoss in the upper right versus Moon playing as the Blue Zerg in the bottom left on the map Crossfire. Now the series is tied 1-1. Very good two games played by the two players. First game, of course, Huck faking a 3-gate fast expand when in fact he was doing a 4-gate timing push, caught Moon off guard, and was able to win that game. But Moon playing exceptionally well on Shakur's plateau, making very good decisions. Saw Huck fast expand on Shakur's plateau, immediately puts down a third hatchery to be ahead. When he saw Huck get greedy and build his third base early before he gets any kind of tech, he took advantage of that, made a good timing push, and won the game. Now Huck here being a little annoying with his probe, trying to stop these drones from mining. Huck very well known for that. His annoying probe play at the beginning of the game, and what he's doing here is he's mining on these mineral patches, and before he actually gets a mineral out of them, he stops his probe from mining. Basically, when the probe is mining the mineral patch and the mineral patch is occupied, his drones aren't mining the mineral patch, and then he stops before he actually gets the mineral and then starts it again. So that mineral patch never actually gets mined by Moon. So a lot of harassment here by Huck. Very well known for that, like I said. People call him the hero probe, this little guy here. And now he runs away with a chunk of minerals from Moon's base after he sees what's going on. And he did see the extractor and spawning pool go down, so he knows it is going to be a speedling play, speedling expand. And Huck playing his normal build, Cybercore into second simulator. We probably will actually see a 3-gate expand this time from Huck. But who knows? Maybe he's going to fake it again and do another 4-gate play, or maybe do some kind of one base tech. But this map, I want to talk about this map for a sec. Crossfire, it's very thin and narrow, and these watchtowers are so important. They actually see so much. Basically, if you're attacking by ground, you either have to take an extremely long route around the back here, or you're going to be seen by these watchtowers. And I'd also like to point out it's a tough map for Zerg. After your natural, it's very hard to take a third base. It's so far away. Like the closest third base here that Moon would take is in this lower right hand corner here. And there's like 4 different paths that you can take to get to this expansion. So very hard to defend. So a little bit of nuisance for Zerg, and also the fact that there's not many accessible bases. After that third, you're talking the 4 in the middle, which is kind of in that middle dangerous area type thing. But anyway, we do see 3 gateways from Huck. So this will be a 3-gate expand. There he goes. He drops his expansion. And Moon having that Roach Warren in the Evo chamber. Pretty standard timings. A lot of Zerg, once they expand, they place their Roach Warren down at 530. Opens up a lot of options for them depending on what they want to do. They could try to break this fast expand here in and around 7 minutes. That's a good timing because Huck will only have sentries. But Huck pretty soon here is going to warp in a bunch of stalkers to back this up. So that is kind of the timing. If you want to do a very early aggressive push on this expansion here, That's what a Zerg would do. But Moon looking like he's not going to. And Huck just moving around the map here with the sentries. Not a huge fan of that, to moving around the map with just sentries. Of course, force fields can always save you, but if you lose these, they're very expensive units. Sentries incredibly, incredibly important for Protoss. Basically carries them into the late game before they have Colossus and Templar. And very, very heavy on gas. Gas is so important for Protoss, so you do not want to lose these sentries. And he's making a lot of them. He's got 8 now. Well, it looks like Moon deciding maybe it's time to push into the expansion here. He's building a lot of speedlings, 16 speedlings on the way, and a lot of roaches here. He's probably going to wait for the +1 attack timing and come in for an attack. Huck throwing down his cannon now. He's only got sentries. He's got no stalkers here, so could be tough to hold this. He does have a lot of energy on these sentries for force fields. So nice play by Moon. Coming in from the side here, forcing a few force fields before moving his Zerglings from the bottom side, but more than enough energy from Huck to cast more force fields. Very nice force field, blocking off the ramp there, and doing his best to block off all these units, but Moon just coming in with too many speedlings, kills off all the sentries. Huck now has no more sentries for force fields, and Huck forced to pull probes off the line, and Moon takes out that cannon. So he's only got these 5 stalkers and probes now, so very, very dangerous for Huck right now if Moon continues to stream in speedlings and roaches, and Huck trying to put down that cannon again. He's warping in some more sentries. He needs those force fields. But just a lot of speedlings coming in, dropping the 3 force fields that he has. I don't know if they were the best placed force fields, but it looks like for now Huck just barely holding on. He's microing his probes, trying to bring them in occasionally for the fight, warping in more stalkers. You know, his sentries are out of energy, so really they're just doing damage right now, which they don't do a lot of. They're okay against speedlings, but that's about it. Huck again trying to put his cannon back down, but more speedlings coming in, gonna take out a sentry. Very expensive units. Oh, and all the sentries go down. Huck now warping in some Zealots, trying to deal with these speedlings, and Moon running into the main of Huck. This could be very bad for Huck. Huck has to pull his probes off the line. These speedlings getting a lot of kills on these probes and completely stopping Huck from mining. This is very bad for Huck here, and these speedlings just continually to be a nuisance, just running around the base, and again gonna try to go in for a few more probe kills, and wow, kills, takes out a stalker, takes out a few more probes here. These Zerglings really did their damage. They were definitely a good investment by Moon. Huck made a mistake and let them up the ramp. He didn't have any force fields because all his sentries were dead. Huck just barely holding on right now, but it looks like the attacks have ceased. Moon feels like he's, you know, done enough damage. He wants to pull back. He wants to recuperate. He wants to rebuild his army. He wants to macro up again, but and take this 3rd base. We actually missed that during all that commotion up by the natural of Huck there, but Moon was actually placing a 3rd base here during that attack, but there was one hero Zealot down here that was just beating away at the hatchery, and I guess Moon didn't realize it and was actually able to solo the hatchery, take it out all by himself, and then died to the broodlings. So it was a hero Zealot by Huck. It really helped him out a lot. If that hatchery actually had gone up without that Zealot being there, Huck would be a lot further behind. But we do look at the probe count. 44 probes still for Huck against 49 drones of Moon. Moon did invest a lot of larva into that attack, so he wasn't able to drone off the 2 bases. So now he's trying to get his econ back up. He thought he did some good damage in there, which he did. He slowed down Huck's expansion, and now they're on about even ground. And the resources lost for both players, pretty equivalent in that exchange there. So I would say they're about even ground right now. Moon trying to poke in through the back here, break these rocks. It's a good idea if he can, poke at these and take these out. Really forces Huck to play a lot more conservative if the rocks are down.